Here, just try to understand that. So we need to focus on this, the SDLC. What is the full form here? The software development life cycle. So it explains, yes, sorry. It explains the various stages available in developing a software application. So we have to understand that how the application is going to be developed in the real time. Who are the people are involved? What are the roles and responsibilities related to the each and every person we have to discuss. So basically, as a tester, we should come across all these, the company environment as well. So we need to know that how the application is developing and how the testing will be carried out like that. So in order to develop a application, so directly it won't be developed. First of all, we have to gather the requirements. So I'm giving some short forms. So you have to note down it, gathering the requirements. So who is the responsible for gathering the information means the business analyst person is the responsible for gathering the requirements. So the business analyst, so here the responsible for gathering the information from the customer. So he will take an appointment from the customer, an appointed date, he will meet the customer and he is going to be collecting the information. So what are the requirements and when you need to start your business. So could you please tell me like that? He's going to be asking it and whatever the customer is going to be explained, list out, all placed in a document called PRS document. So here, that is a very simple thing. You need to understand that. So assume it, you are the customer. So he was a customer. Now there is a company. The DURGASOFT is a company. You just registered with this, the DURGASOFT. Now here, the business analyst people will make a call to your number or mail ID and asking that the details. So which project or which course you are interested. Tell me your available timings. Are you looking for this? What is exactly? Like that, they are going to be asking it. So this is the first phase of starting this course or developing the project. All are similar only. You have to think practically, so not like a bookish knowledge or butty mind. If you want to survive in the software field, everything we should explained, analyzed, considered in practically. So we need to create some examples by our own and we have to understand this each and every information. Theory can understand, learn and read by anyone, okay? So don't go with that butty minded. You have to understand each and every concept thoroughly with examples and practically You can check it. Then only you can understand this. Okay, this is how it is working like that. So once we place this, all these the requirements in this the BRS document. Now the business analyst person. So again, he was go through this the requirements detailedly. The business analyst person will go through that, and he is going to be providing this the clear information in a document called FRS document, functional requirement specification document. Okay, so it contains the detailed information about each and every functionality related to the project. So this is about that, the FRS document. See, once the business analyst person just gathered your requirements, information, again he placed into a document and he's going to be clearly understanding this. So this person is asking this training at 6:30 a.m. So he want to learn this manual plus selenium, asking this the manual, then recordings, materials, all these information like this business analyst person will detailedly go through this and he's going to be giving this the clear information about the customer. This is a customer, the customer is expecting these many things from this training like that. You want to learn this manual plus selenium like that. Same like that. Here also the business analyst person will explain that. So here and provide this the detailed information about each and every functionality. Again, we already discussed about the functionalities. If you go with the Flipkart, say for example, there is a cart, that cart related information clearly they're going to be maintained in this FRS document, how the card should be working, so how it looks like. So the every information they are going to be maintained this in this document clearly. So here we have to understand this. So this is about that the first phase here we have to understand that. So that is the first phase. Anyone having any queries? You can ask. Now, moving on to this, the second phase. Coming to this, we are discussing about that the planning or analysis. So this planning is already made in the kickoff meeting. So we have to go ahead with this. The project managers, the project leads, the team managers, the team leads are involved here. So what exactly these people are going to be performed? So here we have to come to know that they need to prepare this, the project plan as well as the test plan. So what is mean by project plan? In order to develop the project, what is the cost? What is the duration? How many resources we required? What is an environment we required? When we will start that? When we need to complete it like that? They are going to be preparing a plan. That is the meaning of the project plan. So here the testers should observe it. So where we are involving in this development life cycle also, that is a major thing. That is the reason we're discussing about that. So till now, the testers are not involved anywhere. Okay, just observe it. Now moving to this, the test plan. The test plan will prepared by the test manager. So here is the responsibility. So based on this, what is meant by test plan here? Again, coming to this is a plan for testing the application. In order to test that application, how many testers we required it, what is an environment we need, what type of testings we are going to be perform it. So like we discuss about that functional and non-functional testings. So in that, how many we need to perform applicable for the particular project, they are going to be decided and they're giving one plan when we will start, when we will complete it. According to that plan, we're going to be carried out and we have to complete it. So that is about this, the test plan. So this is about that, the planning phase. So here the planning is completed. After completion of the plan, go for the design. So here we have to understand this. So what is mean by design here? Who are the people are involved? So the senior architectures or the system analyst or the technical people are involved here. So these people are the responsible for designing this, the application. So here, for example, if you go with that, the card functionality. So here for the entire card, how the card should be working, they're going to be giving that a sample design document. As a tester, we can go through that the design document and we can understand that how the card is going to be working it. So I'll show you that. So in the next concept, right, the rules of a manual tester. So here, like high level design is nothing but the entire architecture of the project is call it as like high level design. The entire project structure is call it as like that. So whenever we are constructing any house, we will plan for that one. The blueprint of the house is nothing but the high level design. Coming to this, the low level, the individual rooms, we have this, the structure that is call it as like the low level design. So here the design is going to be preparing like that. So high level and the low level design. So the design will be preparing like that. So once the design is completed, here we have to focus on this. We need to understand that. Then the coding. So here coming to this coding, who are the people are going to be involved? So the coding is completely related to the developers. So here we have to come to know that the developer will develop the code based on the design and convert it into the exe file, the executable file. So here executable file is nothing but an application. It is a system. They are going to be developing this, the system here. So once the system or application is developed, now the testing comes into the picture. So here we have to perform testing that particular application or system. Who are the responsible for this? The testers are the responsible for performing the testing. So what exactly we are going to be performing this? We are performing this, the system testing, like application testing, system testing, all are same. So here we are checking that the functional and non-functional requirements of the system is going to be properly working or not. So functional and non-functional. So what is mean by functional and what is mean by non-functional here? So we already discussed about that. For example, there is a classroom. Classroom is a project. So here we have this lights, the fan, shades, the blackboard, the monitor, projector, everything comes under this, the functionalities. So we have to test this. These functionalities are properly working or not. Then non-functionalities like the look and feel of the application. Okay. And the capacity will go with the load. Okay. Then user friendliness, usability, how easily the end user is going to be accepting it like that. Same if you go with the Flipkart. So see here, the login is one functionality, became a seller, more cart, all top offers, all these are the functionalities. These are properly working or not. And then we have to go for the non-functional. The logo is properly visible or not. The alignments, the spellings, the load of this, how much time it is taking to open any page when we click on it, and the usability, the user friendliness, the security, the compatibility, like that we have to check for each and every application. So in this training, we are going to be learn how the testing will be carried out on any application, how this system testing will be carried out, what are the techniques we are going to be using it, what are the documentation, what are the procedures we are following it. We are going to be learn it in a detailed manner with a real-time templates, examples, and the scenarios. So this is completely real-time oriented training, just not focusing on the theory part and completing the training. So it's moreover the practical sessions. I already explained yesterday. So here, so we have to understand this. Each and everything, whatever we are using it. I already said that this is a scenarios, this is a test cases, and this is an RCN template, and this is the RTM. So we are discussing about these things. We'll follow all these real-time approaches with examples, with detailed information. So once you go through it, then you can play like anything. So it is very easy. I will explain with the different examples. You can practice on that. So this is about that, the testing phase. So here the testers are the responsibilities. Still some people have some queries. So let's complete this. We'll discuss about that. So here the final phase is like the delivery and maintenance. Once the testing is completed, everything is working fine. So we have a separate team called the production team. This production team is the responsible for deploying the application into the client location. So they need to deploy it. We'll go for the deployment. So here we have to understand this. So this is a complete information about this, the SDLC, the development life cycle, how the application is going to be developing in the real time. So who are the people are involved and what are the rules and responsibilities related to the each and every person. So most of the people are thinking that the testers are checking the code. See, we are not able to see the code in the company. They are giving this the developed application. See, the Flipkart is already developed. They will give the URL and asking us to check the cart is working or not. So like this only, but we are not the responsibility of the code, how the code is developed, what logic they are going to be using it. We don't bother about that, the code logics, even though the testers won't have the permission to see the code as well. The testers are able to see the application functionalities after developing it only. We are going to be involving it. So it means we are not responsible for the gathering the requirements. We are not responsible for the design. We are not responsible for the planning. We are not responsible for the coding. We are the responsible for only the testing. So whether the developed one is going to be properly working or not, meeting the customer requirements or not, we are going to be validating it or testing it. This is about that the SDLC, the software development life cycle. Sorry, how the application is going to be developed and where the testers are involved. Anyone having any questions regarding this, you can ask.
Sir, what is BRS and FRS? What is main difference between them?
No, BRS is a business requirement specification. They will follow one format, then whatever they are giving by the customer, they list out in this sheet, just like a notepad or wordpad, anything, an Excel sheet or a documentation only. So it having this client information, client requirements. See, I already said that. So here you are asking about that codes. You are the business analyst person is going to be collected your details. The details will be clearly mentioning in this forest document. Whatever the information you provided, that they describe it, the business analyst person in a detailed manner. So and so person is looking for this, the 6:30 a.m. batch. She want manual plus selenium. So she is specially asking for the recordings, materials, and like that. So the clear information having in this FRS document, functional requirement specification. It is like BRS like high level and FRS means in a detailed manner, the business analyst person will provide it. So for understanding to the every team member who are going to be working for this particular project. So based on the understanding, the development and everything is going to be starting it. Planning and everything is made based on this, the requirements understanding. That is about that.
So, sir, SRS and FRS is same?
Which one?
SRS and FRS.
SRS.
Oh, yes.
Yes, both are same only, SRS and FRS. SRS includes some technical aspects related to the system.
Okay.
FRS and SRS both are same. SRS requires some technical aspects to the system.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Next. No queries, right? So here we have to focus on this, the very important one, the roles of a manual tester, the duties of a manual tester. So what are the activities we're performing on a day-to-day life? So here we have to focus on this. So nowadays, everyone is going to be following this, the agile methodology. So what is agile methodology and all this we will discuss in the coming classes. So this is the one of the approach for developing a software application. So here for developing, we will follow these many stages. So for this, they already have some approaches. One of the approach will be like the agile methodology. What is the beauty of this agile methodology means the developers and the testers will work together parallelly to complete a particular task or a particular work. That is the beauty of this agile methodology. So nowadays, everyone is following this agile methodology for developing a software application. So in agile methodology, how the development is going to be happened, how the project is going to be developed in the sense. So iterations by iterations or sprint by sprint, the development is going to be happened. Okay. I'll give this in a detailed manner in the coming classes, but here if you need to understand that, I just give in this high level manner. No one can explain all these things. Here you will come to know that the difference between that, the fresher and the experienced person, what exactly we are going to be performing it. Assume it, our project will be like the 2 years, the duration of the project. So we have to understand this. The project duration will be like 2 years. This entire project duration will be divided into different sprints, different iterations. A sprint is nothing but a duration. So iteration by iteration. Just we divided this 2 years time into some slots. Okay, this is one slot, sprint 0, sprint 1. Okay, so sprint 2, this is a sprint 3, like that. So each sprint duration will be like 15 days, 15 working days. So it means 3 weeks time. Within these 3 weeks, we have to develop some of the functionalities related to the project. They are picking this 30 functionalities, 30 requirements should be developed within this 15 days. Development as well as the testing should be completed. So like this, they are going to be planning it. So in the companies. So how this planning is going to be happen and everything will take more time to discuss it. Just as of now, you have to understand that. So within this 2 years time, so we need to develop, for example, 200 requirements, 200 functionalities, 200 functionalities in the sense again, like login is one functionality, became a seller, more cart, the top offers, mobile tablets, like this, we need to develop 200 functionalities. So among these 200 functionalities, they are not developing at a time all these 200. They are going to be divided into some sprints or some iterations. They are segregated, they divided into some parts. One part is related to one sprint. They're going to be considering it that. So, okay. So it means like in testing side, right, there are 100 topics will be there to discuss about it for the training. So what I said, so first 2 weeks, I need to explain 5 topics. This will be treated as one sprint. And second week onwards, next 2 weeks, I will focusing on this 7 topics. How, sir? First, we are taking 5 topics, and the second 2 weeks we are taking 7 topics. Means it depends on the topic size. Okay, information. So some are big topics, some are the small topics. Same like that. Here we are focusing on this. The 30 requirements here. Then in sprint 2, I'm adding this 40 requirements to the 30. Like that depends on the use functionality they are going to be try to developing it. So this is about that the meaning of the sprint. So now one sprint we have the duration like 15 days. Within this 15 days, every sprint duration is like 15 days only. Within this 15 days, what are the tester activities we are going to be focusing on it? So for the time being, then in the coming classes, I'll explain in a detailed manner. So as a tester, see, even you are a fresher, you are in 10 years of experience. So same activities we are going to be doing in this agile methodology. What are the same activities we are going to be doing it? We will come to know that one by one. Up to here, do you have any queries? You can ask. So they are decided some functionalities need to be developed. all functionalities are not developed at a time. They are going to be segregated, divided into some parts. Each part they are going to be giving a name called sprint. Sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, like that. So in sprint 1, they decided to develop 20, 30 functionalities. It depends on the team members or the size of the first team. Yes, today is the last demo. Okay, just please enroll it. You will get all this information. So here, just try to focus on that. Everyone got it that the sprint concept here. Anyone having any confusion?
Sir, sprint days always 15 days or
Yes, it depends on the company. 10 days, 15 days. It between that. Some people will take 10 days, some people will take that 15 days. It depends on the size. If there are large number of requirements, then they will take more time. Suppose there are 300 functionalities to develop within this 1 year, 2 years. Based on that, they will segregate it. So always in between the 2 to 3 weeks. That is the sprint duration. That's it. 2 to 3 years. One company will take 2 weeks, like 2 working days, 2 weeks working days only, like 10 days. And one company will take like 15 days. So this is about that. I need answers from everyone. Don't sit ideally. If you have any questions, you can ask it. So that is a simple thing. We have some topics. We divided the topics into weekly wise. So then we are going to be explaining it. Same like here, there are some functionalities that are divided into sprint wise and they're going to be discussing about that. So here we have to understand this. This is about that, the sprint concept. So we have to focus on this. Fine. Thanks, Balakrishna. So here, now we are focusing on this again, the sprint, right? So 3 sprints, like the 3 weeks. First week, then second week, and the third week. So here, nowadays, the requirements are giving in the form of user story. Okay, so a forest document or a forest document or SRS document or user story, all are same. Okay, so let us consider one small example here. I'll show you the example, then I will show you this. If you go with this, the Google Maps, so there is a map component is there in our application. Here there are they're asking it, I want to see this. The details are visible on the map in a detailed manner. For that, I have to perform the zoom in and the zoom out. So these are the two functions. One is the zoom in button, another one is the zoom out. Now I have to focus on this, the zoom in one. So whether I need to test this, whether the zoom in is properly working or not. And see how many times we can perform. The zoom in button is grayed out if we clicked on maximum number of times. So this is about that. This is like zoom out. Okay, then this is about the zoom in. The plus button indicates zoom in. I'm doing it. Everyone knows about it, right? So if you're taking a snap or picture, so by using 2 fingers, you are enlarging it or minimizing it like that to see the details captured once is in a detailed manner. For that, they are going to be giving this information in the user story. So first of all, assume it, they are going to be providing everything. We are using a tool called Jira for the manual testing. We have to discuss about this tool as well. Okay. Everything we are doing manual only. In the tool also we are doing manually. So it's not like anything like automatically doing it or not. First of all, the first day of the sprint, day one, what they are doing it, they are conducting the sprint planning. So in this sprint planning, the business analyst person will drive the meeting and he is explaining the functionalities like the zoom in is one user story. Okay, one functionality like the zoom out. This is another functionality. So zoom previous, zoom left, zoom next, like that. We have different functionalities. Like I said, 30 functionalities. All the functionalities he is going to be explained it in a detailed manner, and he will play that the design link. Every user story having the design link, we can easily understand by go through that the design part. So over there, so we have to focus on this. I'll show you, I'll explain you everything in the coming classes, but in a high level, I'm explaining it to understand it. So for this user story, they're explaining with a detailed manner. They're giving this information. They are showing on this in a link, whatever I explained, similar to that. We have a blueprint. We can play on the blueprint. The map will be expanded, minimized like that. Now we can understand, okay, this is one of the requirement asking by the customer. So we are developing it. We are in the sense the developer will develop it. So the tester should test it. This is what they are going to be the final conclusion. Now that is the first day. In the first day, they're giving this sprint planning and they're explaining each and every requirement. This is what my requirement. The customer is asking. We are going to be developing it like that. Then moving on to the second day, day two. So the test manager, coming to the testing side only, I'm discussing about that. Okay, don't get any confusion. The test manager will create the task under the each user story. So here we have one of the user story, like one of the requirement, zoom in. So in this zoom in, the test lead or test manager will create the 4 tasks for every sprint, for every user story. The tester's task will be these 4 only. Analyze the requirements. Very simple, okay. I can play like anything. That is the reason most of the people are choosing this. Then we can go for the test design. So here, test review. We are doing the review, then test execution. So these are the 4 tasks, and in the tool, right, there is an option to assign to a different testers. So this user story is completely assigned to this is the lead for the tester. So I'm the one of the tester. They are created a task assigned to my name. I'm getting an email to my Outlook immediately. You are assigned to so and so task. Now I go through my email, I clicked on it. It will open the detailed information about this user story. So the description of the user story like that. So I'm able to see the information about the zoom in. So here we have the zoom in related description, how they are giving it. So I'll show you, just try to understand this. See, very important. So this is about that the acceptance criteria are user story. So this is a user story title. We are getting this. This is a tool and see the name. So Manasa. So this is assigned to this person. So you will come to know that what is a sprint to the duration, time, everything. This is a real time. That is what I am saying. In this training, I'm focusing on complete real time information only. I'm not saying any bullshit things or by created my own things. Whatever is going to be created or working in presently in any company, this is a process I'm going to be dealing with you. This is the thing they're giving this, the giving when and then. These are like Judkin keywords. So the given representing a precondition. See, you have to understand this user story. That is the first task related to the tester. Sir, why we need to understand this? In order to perform testing in a detailed manner, without knowledge on the testing, we cannot perform the testing, right? That is the reason. First, you have to understand it. What is this user story? What exactly we are going to be tested? How this is going to be working like that for the reason. Now, see, the given that the user is on the map, it's like a precondition. This is that when representing an action, then representing expected results. When the user taps the zoom in button on the map, whenever I'm performing this, taps on the zoom in button, the map will be zoomed by a level 1. So it will be increment by 1. That is what they are giving it. Now we understand it. That is the first scenario. We have to test it once they developed it. The second scenario, see here. So verify that the user is on the map. The user pinches using two fingers. So we are enlarging it. If it is a mobile as well, so we can, by using two fingers, we can enlarge it, we can minimize it. So this is what we have to validate. So whether we are able to zoom out, zoom in by using this two fingers. Proportionately we are doing it, not clicking on the zoom in button. And the third scenario will be like giving that. So user reaches the maximum zoom level, the zoom out button should be disabled. So when you click on this, the maximum time, then the zoom out button should be grayed out, disabled. See in the bottom, I'm able to see this. The zoom out is not highlighted. The zoom in is not highlighted. This is what the three scenarios we are understanding it. So for this, once you are understand it, we have to prepare this, the test cases for this. That is the meaning of the second task. So we have to write the procedure, how we are going to be testing it manually. We need to document it in the Excel file. So we are maintaining the Excel file, right? I said that. So this is going to be discussing in the coming classes in a detailed manner. What is the template, everything, what we are doing it, all these things. We are maintaining it. So this is a test case template. So here we are going to be maintaining it. So now we will write that the test cases like this. We need to explain this, the procedure, how we will test it manually. So how we are testing in this, the Google Maps. What is the process we are following it? That process we need to document it. So first we have to open this website. The map view page will be displayed. User clicks on the zoom in button. The map should be reflected by level 1. We have to document like this, the step-by-step procedure. This is what call it as like the test case. We need to design these test cases. The test cases will be reviewed by our TL. The TL will review it. Then if any modifications are there, he will explain to us. Then we will modify accordingly. and we will send these test cases to the BA. BA need to be approved it, the business analyst person. So for the first week, we are doing this analysis of all the user stories. Not only one, right? We decided 30. We have different testers. There are 5 testers in a team members. Each one is assigning 6 user stories. I want to complete this analysis, design of this within this first week. Then the second week, right? So the second week, so we have to focus on that. The first week up to the day 5, we have to go through that all the remaining user stories and we have to prepare it. We have 5 days in a week. We need to go ahead with that. On the 5th day, Friday, we have to complete this, the test cases and the review. And these test cases need to be sent to the BA by the TL, the test manager. Now the second week, day 1, what I am doing it. I just came to the office. I don't have any work. Our TL will said that there are 30 user stories. I am allocated to the 6 user stories only, right? Remaining 24 user stories are there. So you can go and understand it, what they are developing in that 24 user stories like this. We need to go through that. So like 5 team members will go through the all user stories. And end of this day 1 or day 2, we got that the BA approval, the test cases are approved. Then the test cases need to be uploaded in Jira tool. So we are using this, the tool, then we have to do this. Why we are uploading it? The execution and pass, fail, and the defect rising will be happen in this from the tool itself, not in the Excel file. So here we have to raise it. And end of the day 2 or day 3, if developer is developing any functionality, if they're giving for testing, now I will follow all these test cases. I will open this URL of the project. Just I'm entering this. Assume it, this is the URL. I just open the URL and I verify that the map is loaded properly and the zoom in button is there in the map or not. I will verify that and I will first click on the zoom in button. Okay, map will be zoomed in. This test case is passed. Then I expand by using 2 fingers. Okay, this is also working fine. And I'm focusing on the third scenario, like whether it is grayed out or not. All 3 scenarios are working fine. Then we can pass all the test cases in the Jira and we can close the user story. Like this, we have to execute it. For the day 3, day 4, and day 5, even in the third week, we're doing the same activities. We have to go for the test execution, finding the bugs, reporting the bugs to the developer. Then we will retest it and we can close it. So we are going to be learning this, how this is going to be happened. So where we are executing it, where we are raising the bugs, how we are doing the retesting, how we are closing this test cases, the bugs and everything. So sprint wise, if anyone is working, even the senior person or the junior person, the same activities we are going to be performing in any company as a tester. This is about that, the testing work, day-to-day life. So they are going to be giving this functionalities. We have to understand the functionality. We will prepare the test cases. Then we are waiting for that. The developer will develop it. We will go through this by following our test cases. We will execute it manually, check that results, whether it is working properly or not. If it is not working properly, we can fail the test case and we can raise the defect. Then the defect need to be reported to the developer. This process in real time, how it is going to be performing, we're going to be learning in this training period. This is the overall work done by the tester, but we have to learn some theory before that, how it is going to be in the companies, how the development is going on like that. Then the practical session will be started. Along with that, we are focusing on the tool as well. So this is about the information. First, we discuss about this SDLC. Then we are focusing on this STLC, the testing life cycle. From here, we will focus on the practical parts. We need to discuss about the project, how the testing is going to be carried out on the project. The same thing we are discussing on this tool, the Zira tool, how we are going to be maintain all this, the testing information. This is about that in a high level. This is about the roles of a tester in any company. These are the activities we are doing it. Even a senior person, junior person. So if I'm the fresher, I'm assigning 6 user stories. If it is a senior person, we can assign 4 user stories and they have some additional work along with that. Other than that, there is no difference in the work side. Even I have 12 years. If we have a fresher, everyone is doing the same activities. Okay. So this is about that. The work we are going to be performed in the real time as a tester. That is what we are going to be learning here. I'll explain each and everything in a detailed manner by understanding it. Okay.
Sir, that BA will explain the business requirements to the testers and the developers at a time, or
Yes,
in
at a
different
time.
meet
At
at a
a time.
time.
At a time. This is a sprint planning, right? It will take 4 hours meeting. Is
Okay.
explaining everything in that.
Okay.
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 Is explaining it.
Okay.
So, so I'm stopping here today. This is the last demo. From tomorrow onwards, the regular classes will be starting. If we have any queries on this, you can ask. So I can have any queries, you can clearly discuss with me regarding the subject. Whatever you are expecting it, you can post here. We'll discuss about that.
Sir, I have a question. Hello.
Yes, yes.
So, real time projects also done in this session, na?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sharing the URL. You can perform that practicals on the websites.
Okay, that we mention in our resume.
Yeah, that we can change the name and we can mention it. I'll guide you how to do it. So
Okay,
because everyone is taking the training, right? We
yes.
cannot put the same project. We can provide with a different name.
Okay,
The practice, that's what are the assignments, templates I will share with you. You have to perform it. You have to fill all this. You have to write the test cases, maintain that, how to do it. That is a practical part. You have to do it from your end. So this training is for you people, not for me, right? You have to do that practicals. I'll help you. I'll guide you how to do it. You need to perform the practicals and everything.
okay.
Sir, is a
Yes.
certification is required to get a job, or
No, no.
it, no? Okay.
It is not required. The certification is just we can show in our resume for the weightage. I'm a certified guy like that. So 5% of weightage of the resume like that. Don't waste
Okay.
your time on doing the certification. That is not required. Okay.
Okay, sir. Because I have seen in 2 or 3 job advertisements, they are asking this certification. I thought that it is
No, like
important.
if you are a fresher putting 5 years, 6 years, that is not required. If you are doing
Okay.
like a 10 years, 15 years, they're asking, did you do any certification like that? And like this only. So don't do that as a fresher, like initial experience, that is not required. It.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, that's Madhusudan, Sriraj, Shaikh, Swini, Anjali, many queries, Ambika.
Not from my side.
So you can freely ask whatever the queries you have. So don't sit ideally. So here you are to learn something, clarify some information. You need to clarify it. So here, this is the last demo. I said that from tomorrow, the link will be changing it. So you have to get registered soon. Then only they will share the links. They will start sharing the materials and everything. Okay. So I said I'm focusing on this subject, the practical knowledge, the real-time scenarios, the interview questions, the resume preparation. So I'll focusing on this. The daily you will get this, the recording sessions, the material soft copy through your emails. So this is about this, the entire training structure. So the course content already shared with you. So day wise, the topics we are going to be discussing with practically along with this real-time examples.
Vasu, I do have question. Like, at the end, do we have any sessions for like how the interview questions will be and any mock
Yeah,
types?
yes, each chapter we are discussing about the interview question. At the end also we'll discuss about that. Okay, chapter wise we are discussing it. This is how the questions are asking like that. Okay,
Okay.
everyone should speak out in the session. That is like a question and asking sessions only, right? If you're sitting ideally, so you will not get anything. You have to respond it. While I'm explaining anything, you need to ask the question. Yes, if no queries, yeah, they share the numbers here to register it in the chart window. You can check that the phone pay numbers or account number. You are able to see that.
Yes, yes, yes.
From there, you can register Balakrishna, the number they're giving it. You got the number. Fine. So you can ask any queries. And going forward, we will create a group and whatever the queries, so I will be there. I will clarify it. So you no need to wait for this next session like that. Okay.
Well, how many strength will be there in this batch, sir?
Can I comment?
sir.
Could you please come again? Your voice is breaking.
How many students will be there in this batch, sir?
How I can come to know, man? Maybe 38, maybe 20, depends on this.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, all
Why?
students are will be online or offline also, sir.
So this is like online training.
Only online, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here you need to focus on the subject, not on the students. How much subject knowledge we need to gain it. That is more important. So we have to focus on that. We need to practice and we need to attend the interview and you will get the job. That is the main goal of the student. Don't think about others. Some people are busy with their works. They're focusing on later point of time, they will practice it. They're working on it. So a lot of things are happening it, but daily you need to spend 1 hour to revise this, the subject, whatever we discuss, and you have to concentrate on that. Okay. So whatever is required from my end, I'll provide to you people. Then the rest of the thing is depends on your end only. Based on your practice, you are going to be asked more questions, you will get more information that will be help to clear the interviews. If you're sitting ideally, then nothing will be happened. So listen this class, work on that side, whatever the topic I explained today, spend more time on that, understand it. If not, make a notes, take that point, and next session you can ask the query. Sir, this is the query I have. Can you please explain me like that? That is the thing is needed from your end. If you're asking more questions, you will get more information that will be help to clear the interview. Right? So whatever I know, I'm delivering it. Other than that, if you have any queries, you can post here. We will work on that. We will discuss on that. All together, we will complete this training and everyone should easily get the job. That is the main goal of this training. Fine. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.